Okay, welcome back. In this video we're going to prepare the vertical stabilizer and the rudder. A lot easier than the horizontal stabilizer, at least I hope so. Horizontal stabilizer was a little more difficult. I probably should have broken that into two videos, but that's okay. So this is I already did the 66% just like I did in the horizontal stabilizer. And so the only thing we have to do here is glue the outside and put on the control horn. So once again, I'm going to get the gun ready here. Hot melt glue gun looks nice and hot. And let me get out my hot melt tools. Okay. And my little paddles. And again, I'm going to do this in short increments. I'm going to start and do all the outside first. I'm going to start right here where the hinge is, but I'm going to work away from the hinge so I don't get any in the hinge. Nice thin little bead. Take a wipe it down, and that's all there is to it. So I'm just going to work myself around all the way on this one and be right back. Okay, one more point. I'm working my way around here, did this bottom section here, but don't do this square, this part right here, because that's what glues to the fuselage. So I'm going to skip this section and then continue to work my way around the vertical stab. Be right back. Okay, now that I've done all the outside edges except for this flat piece here that glues down to the fuselage, this is all nice and sealed, and hopefully the paper won't delaminate. So now it's time to go ahead and do the sanding here. Okay, so again we're going to take and sand the edge off of the rudder, not the vertical stabilizer, but the rudder. So we're going to fold this like this, take our sanding block and just sand it straight off. So I'll be back in a minute when that's done. Okay, the next step in prepping the vertical stabilizer and rudder, now that this is nice and sanded and you get a nice maybe that's only 40 degrees, but that's more than enough flying this airplane. Now that that's well sanded and I've dusted it off well, I'm going to do the same thing I did before. I'm probably going to break it into 3 sections and add hot glue to the sanded piece in a small little section. Okay. Add some hot melt glue on the flat piece and wipe those off very carefully. Okay. And so that's about 1.25 inches. I'll remove the glue off my wiper here and continue working until I get to the other end. Be right back. Okay, so all the gluing is done now. Turn the glue gun off, and it's time to put the control horn on. Almost missed it. Okay, so, and I've also made sure this is no longer tacky, so I can flex it all I want. Now remember, the control horn is going to go on this side, so it can easily pull this way, and but it'll push in both directions. So I'm going to put it on this side, and it goes over the hinge. Let me see something here. Yeah. Okay. So I went ahead and marked the 2 holes where they're right there where the drill should go. So I'm going to start and drill the 1 hole. And actually I'm going to use a pin to make sure the paper on the other side is punctured. Okay. Then I'll drill it all the way through. When you're putting these in, you also need to make sure that you don't, where'd my drill go? There it is. When you put these in, you got to make sure you don't tighten them too tight, okay? If you want, and I will probably do this, after you get these put on, even though the screws will probably hold them, you can put a dab of hot melt glue to make sure that the screws don't back out, which I don't think they would. And just to make sure it's secure and in place. Okay, so I'm going to check my alignment, and my alignment of the holes are right over the hinge, which is exactly what I want. Okay, and so what I'm going to do is start screwing in the plate on the back side. It's real handy to have one of these things. It's made by General. I got it from Amazon, and takes I think AAA batteries. I'm not sure, triple or AA batteries, and it works great. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm going to move the plate out of the way, poke a hole through the other side, making sure that this is nice and straight, so I know where the plate should end up on the other side without poking my finger. Okay, so that tells me where the hole is. Now I just line up that hole right like that. All right, yep, that's going to be fine. So I'm going to drill it out. Okay, and I'm going to put the screw in. Okay, push the screw back out and align the plate so that it comes over that screw. Alright, come on out. There we go. Alright. So now that that hole in the plate is lined up with the screw on the other side, I'll take my screwdriver, and it's very nice to use just one hand. Start it. Okay. So I wiggle the control horn here just to make sure it's tight. Do another half a turn on each. You can even use it like a regular screwdriver and just do a quarter turn if you need. You don't have to use the power part. And so that's nice and tight. It's all the way through. Let me tighten this one just a hair more. Just by using it like a regular screwdriver. Alright, so there you go. Through, sticking out a little bit, but that's not going to bother anything. Through over here, got a good control throw in both directions. And so the, and again, facing from the back, if you look at it from the back side, it's on the left side of the aircraft, because the other one's on the right side of the aircraft. And so those are the two control horns. I'll go ahead and put in the, let's see, I'll put them in on top. I'll put it in the third hole from the top, so you can see that the quick connect here is in the third hole down from the top. And then I will add the little plastic keeper. And sometimes you have to use a pair of channel locks like this, a small pair of channel locks, to lock that in, because it's sometimes kind of hard. So I'm just going to take the channel locks and squeeze that on like that. Okay, so that black piece is now in there nice, and I will start the screw so I don't lose it. And the keeper is now in place. So control horn is done, rudder is working nicely, and we're good to go. Okay, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next video.